Figma plugins are finally here, and in this video I'll show you the top 10 I'm most excited about, plus a quick overview of each. First up is the Unsplash plugin. Already sitting at the most downloaded Figma plugin to date, it's clear that many other Figma users are excited about this one as well. Before this plugin, you would have to download the image from Unsplash and then upload it using an image fill. Long gone are those days. Now with the Unsplash plugin installed, you just select the shape you want to have an image, open the plugin, and then pick the stock photo. You can insert a completely random image, a random one from a preset, or search by a keyword and handpick the one you want from the results. There's a good chance your designs are going to have padding guidelines. Take this button as an example. 10 pixels of padding on the top and bottom, and 20 pixels of padding on the left and right. Before Paddet, if you wanted to change the text of component instance, you would have to resize the background layer and check the spacing manually. With Paddet, you set the padding on the master component and use Paddet flags on layers to control the behavior. For example, this layer has the Paddet ignore and Paddet resize flags to ensure they get resized correctly. Now you can quickly resize all the instances by running auto update on the master component. Next on the list is Chart, not to be confused with the Charts plugin, which does something similar but with less features. This plugin makes it easy to create a number of different charts in just a few clicks. You can even import real data from a Google Sheet, CSV, or JSON file. To keep it simple for this video, we'll create an area chart with random data. Let's pick the number of areas and points and then go into settings to fine-tune the results. Here, select full grid, without labels, and curved. You can also set and rearrange colors for the areas here, but it's simple to change the colors after the chart is generated as well. Then click Create Chart and the plugin will generate an awesome area chart. You now can come into the layers and change the colors or set them to your project's color styles. The only downside to this plugin is that it will be a paid plugin after 2019, but it's only going to be $10 a year, which is totally worth it. Great copy is an important part of a design, but sometimes you need filler text to put together quick prototypes. This is where the Lorem Ipsum plugin comes in handy. Before you would have to copy and paste Lorem Ipsum, but now you can simply select a text layer and generate Lorem Ipsum without ever leaving Figma. Let's add a paragraph under the header as an example. We can start by creating a text box and resizing it to the desired width and height. Then we can set the font styles that we want for the subtext and use the Lorem Ipsum plugin to automatically fill the text box with the filler text. It's all in the name with this plugin. SkewDat allows you to non-destructively skew elements. This card design is from a tutorial I made about creating a skewed effect using CSS 2D transforms. Obviously, there's not a skew applied to this design because it wasn't possible before this plugin, but now that's easy with SkewDat. To start, we'll select the artboard and skew it by -5 on the X and Y axis. Then we'll offset the skew on the image with a +5 skew on the X and Y axis. Then we'll need to scale the image and add a mask. Last, we'll offset the text layer with a +5 skew on the X and Y axis as well. This plugin mentions that an isometric mode is coming soon, but for now we'll have to use a different plugin to easily create isometric objects. The solution? The Isometric plugin. Simply select a frame, pick an angle and perspective, and the plugin will automatically create an isometric version. And because this is an instance of a component, you can make changes to the component and see the changes update. By default, Figma will add new layers to the top of the layer panel. This is fine, but I often find myself reordering layers manually. Now reverse layer order takes the headache of that away. Take this card design as an example. Let's say we want to create 2 rows of cards, so we duplicate the card until we have that layout. Now you can see that the last card is now on top, which feels backwards considering it's the last card. To fix this, we can select all the layers and open the reverse layer order plugin. And there we go, that order makes much more sense. Now if we could only quickly rename the layers, that's where the Rename It plugin comes into play. With this plugin, we can quickly rename layers based on custom naming parameters. For example, we can select all the card layers we just reordered, Say that we want each card to start with the keyword card and that we want it followed by a number ascending from 1. Now, we no longer have to waste time renaming each layer manually. Blobs couldn't be a better name for this next plugin on our list. We've all seen these amorphous shapes in web designs, but if you've ever tried to make one, it can be harder than it looks because nailing that right, organic look is difficult. But the Blobs plugin is here to rescue us from this painful task. Just choose a value from 1 to 10 for complexity and contrast and press Make Blobs. Now you have a beautiful blob. And because this blob is just a shape layer, you can resize, rotate, edit the vector points, change the color, or insert an image. Having a good archiving process is important. It ensures you're not cluttering your current canvas with old designs, but it also ensures you can go back and refer to old designs if needed. A lot of people create a new page to hold all these old designs, something like Archive, and copy and paste old designs there. That works, but the Time Machine plugin simplifies the process. Simply select the frame you want to archive and activate the Time Machine plugin. If one isn't already created, the plugin will create a Time Machine page and place the design there with a date and timestamp. Now you can make changes to the design knowing the old design is safe and sound in Time Machine. And there you have it. Those are my top 10 Figma plugins. What Figma plugins do you love? Let me know in the comments below. And if you love this video, please consider subscribing and giving it a thumbs up. Again, I'm Hunter from SkewDat, and I'll see you in the next video.